So, Jeff, either team got an advantage with the breeze or the wind?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be the backs of the All Blacks, but it will swirl around the stadium, and it will be difficult for both back threes in particular tonight, because it is going to work off the stadiums. The All Blacks will have it behind them right now.
Referee is Jerome Garces of France, John Lacey and George Clancy, 2 Irishmen, his assistants, and a Scotsman, Jim Newell, television match official. And there it is. What a sight. Kings Park, pretty much on the ocean. And how influential will number 10 for the Springboks be in this game? Morné Steyn. He's got the ball, and the whistle goes. And for the 93rd time, the All Blacks and the Springboks do battle. And the loose ball has been grabbed by a player in an offside position. And it was Habana.
Like the tactic though, Morné Steyn. He got it up there and the Springboks contested it. They didn't kick long and let the All Blacks get into any rhythm. Kieran Reid did a great job there of securing it once it was contested and batting it back on the All Blacks side. Nice kick from Barrett. It'll be interesting to see what the All Blacks do, whether they get into a kicking game early or want to get their hands on the ball and players into the match.
It's battered forward by De Allende and Habana offside. So first line out, as it often goes, to Kieran Reid. Coles holds in the back. Not much happening there. He's going to have to release it. So Perenara punching it away. And again the wind playing havoc. It's grabbed by Franks. So the All Blacks still in possession. Now Perenara works it away to Barrett. Ben Smith. Leonard Brown. And the Holo just lost his concentration and has knocked it on.
Oh, debatable one. I thought it was certainly sideways, but not maybe knocked on. Just a little bit disjointed there. Springboks coming forward very quickly. It was De Jong. Yeah, it's certainly gone backwards. So a bit of a rough call for Waisake Naholo early. But De Jong came forward and he got onto Leonard Brown very quickly, which forced the pass under pressure.
So much anticipation about this battle up front. The sense that the Springboks, if they're going to have any chance in tonight's game, they need to put some pressure on this All Black team.
I already like the positioning of Morné Steyn. He's a lot flatter than he usually is, so this indicates perhaps he's prepared to go to the line today. He's got Allende outside him, and he's been struggling for a bit of form, but if he can get into the game early and get some confidence and hit some lines, he could be dangerous. But that'll all revolve around Faf de Klerk and Morné Steyn holding defenders on that inside channel. There's a great shot of Morné Steyn starting flat. But if he just shovels Morné Steyn, he won't get anywhere, De Allende.
First scrum. There it is for de Klerk. Steyn hands it on. Trying to work a move, but the All Blacks have it well covered. Just on halfway. And penalty. Well, depending on the winds, Steyn might have a look at this.
It'll be a difficult kick. I think Morné Steyn, if he does decide to go for the post. But think of the momentum or the inspiration it would give a side if they managed to get on the board first. And it was Matt Todd who was penalised at that breakdown. Matt Todd talked during the week, once he was named in the side, about that decision-making, Marshy, at the breakdown being so crucial in reading where the referees were going to ping players. And you see there he's gone off his feet, and they've deemed the fact that he's continued to play the ball.
Well, it was really good work. That replay showed it from Warren Whiteley. The clean-out was pretty good on Matt Todd, so he was forced then to try and get out of there. However, Whiteley landed on top of him and pinned him there, which made it obvious that he was Not supporting his body weight, hence the penalty.
49-metre kick first up for Mornay Steyn, and off it goes, and it is over, and the Springboks lead early.
And it was well over as well. Cleared the crossbar quite comfortably, so the All Blacks will have to be aware even into possibly a bit of breeze. Mornay Steyn more than capable from 50 metres.
Barrett bumps it hard, taken by Steyn, and he sends it back to halfway. So he's made a good start. The All Blacks running it back though through Ben Smith. Finds Barrett, has Naholo. Just on the All Black side of halfway with Perenara. Barrett hands it on to Whitelock, who in 10 gives it to Franks. Now Barrett again, Ben Smith. Reed, here's Dagg making good ground. Slipped out of a couple of tackles. And lays it back nicely for Perenara. Again it's Sam Whitelock. And the All Blacks will get a penalty out of this surely.
Rule away, over the ruck.
And they have.
5 rule away, 2 over the ruck. The ruck is formed, don't put your hand.
Nice exchange
5,
there.
never rule away
Francois
quickly.
Lowe, Owen Franks.
5, no.
Not sure it was all about having a beer after the game, though.
Captain. Number 5, don't rule away quickly, okay?
Perfect, but
And after the
roll quicker. Perfect.
after the contest by Black is slow because of 5.
Perfect.
And after I said, if you don't put your hand, I play on.
There were some danger sides there though for the Springbok defence as the All Blacks rolled it back to the side, near side. They just didn't fold quick enough, and Reed and Co were able to make some inroads, and Israel Dagg. And there you can see the penalty. Steph Dutoy not getting out of the zone, which stopped the cleaners. Don't get me wrong, Lowe was perfectly legal, but the cleaners couldn't get to him because of Dutoy being in the way.
So here's Barrett looking to reply to the early penalty, and he's pushed it wide. So it remains 3-0, the Springboks lead.
What I will say about Mornay Steyn's kick is the fact that there are quite high ends at this stadium, aren't there, Marshy?
Yeah.
So it does mean that it has to get pretty high before some of that wind will take effect. Oden Barrett just not quite striking that one as he would have liked, I'm sure.
31 points for the Springboks last time he played the All Blacks here in 2-9. Steyn, Whitelock, Perenara. Good strong run by Reed. Crotty first receiver, now Barrett. Good defence on Leonard Brown, but he laid it back for Retallick.
Back.
Taken in a good tackle by Dale Linde. Here is Reed again as the All Blacks build nicely. Barrett did a fair bit of running, now Crotty. Sliding across in defence of the Springboks.
Now!
As Perenara works it away from Moody. Now Perenara again, Barrett. A couple of missed passes, puts Reed in a good gap, but he threw it away. Now Wayne Dion chases on, but Barrett, with his exceptional pace, can he scoop it up before he gets taken? What a good tackle by Dion. He lays it back. All Blacks getting good numbers back. Perenara. First man there is Maholo. Unusual to have him kicking, but
He
he's
did
done the
well.
job.
Yeah, he did very well. Why did he kick De Jong? I have no idea. He was in space. He had Beauden Barrett backpedaling, who wasn't going to commit to the tackle because he was worried about the kick. The time to kick was after he carried. He just kicked it immediately. Now go. Go. He kicked so early.
He had Steyn on the inside, didn't he?
Yeah.
And the speed of Barrett. Barrett did incredibly well here. If you watch him, what he does do is he buys himself some time on the ground. Once he hits the deck, doesn't he? He rolls over and then he puts the ball between his legs, and just a loose offload from Kieran Reid. And you're right, it was a great clearance from Waisaki Naholo, of all people.
Again, though, very evident that the Springboks, if the All Blacks get that quick ball, and Perenara started this game brilliantly in terms of his clearance, he's getting there quickly and getting rid of it, and they just don't cope. They don't fold quick enough, and it was when they couldn't fold to this near side once again. A beautiful little pass from Ben Smith to Reid and in a hole, and he didn't quite get the offload right, but if he had, they were in trouble again, the Springboks.
Injury break for Francois Lowe, but he's back in position. So Adrian Strauss.
Okay, now in position.
Goes to Etzebeth. Ball there for Strauss to snap it up, but that'll do. Ball was in the ruck, so he penalised for using his hands. This is Adrian Strauss's last home test match before he heads into international retirement. Perenara at the front as Coles throws. Whitelock clearly. Perenara. Flat pass for Leonard Brown. What a good run. Mahoja took him down, but he beat 3 or 4. Now Perenara short to Barrett. All Blacks hoeing again. Coles goes up the centre. As Perenara brings it out for Dag. Oh, he ran into Etzebeth. And there was always second placing there for Dag. Here's Ben Smith having a go.
No, 13.
Again, it's there for Perenara. Whitelock. He again near the 22. Here's Barrett. Serves it up to Retallick. Broke the first tackle. Springboks missing the odd first up tackle. In fact, there's a man down injured as the All Black wave continues. Here's Todd. Oh, almost got a lovely little offload. Kept in play by Kano. And again, the All Blacks managed to get rid of it. Now Smith. Again, Etzebeth is there. Long period of play. Box certainly have one player down as the All Blacks keep the pressure going. Short pass. Leonard Brown pops it over the top for Dag. Looking to stay in play and not able to. Long sequence.
Well, they're finding some holes. The All Blacks, they're running some really good angles. Every single player, Retallick, Reid. Nice from Todd as well. Dag heavily involved. Perenara and Barrett, they're all finding some opportunities, but the Springboks, to their credit, and this guy here, forgive me for missing out his name and saying running some lines and punching some holes, but they hung on, Jeff, didn't they? They kept coming forward, and to their credit, not only were they coming forward, they were hitting hard.
Yeah, they're bringing physicality. And the fact that they may be getting stressed defensively, but when they are getting hold of an All Black, they're piling some numbers in to try and stem the wave. It was a long period of play, that one, and the Springboks did well to repel that challenge, but they just have to be very, very wary of broken line on defence, because the offload game and the players like Leonard Brown, who are just playing with so much confidence and creating opportunities for others around them.
Springboks won't want to lose a back, or it looks like they are going to lose a back. They've only got 2 on the bench.
It's Francois Lowe. It's coming off. It's as though it's a leg injury of some sort. Yako Creel who's gone on as a replacement.
Yeah. So the line out is won by Dutoy. Short pass for Mahoja. Now Dutoy. And up it goes. Not going to go out. Naholo grabs it and beats a man. And off goes Naholo, gets support. Pass from Smith to Perenara went forward, and well, the All Blacks can create, as we know, something out of nothing, and they very nearly did.
There's the danger, though, for the Springboks. It was a really good carry into the midfield, as you mentioned, from Mahoja, and then from there it went to Mornay Steyn, who was 15 metres back and trying to kick from there, and he didn't find touch, and they nearly paid the penalty. He simply cannot be that deep kicking from that position. They will get burnt otherwise.
So the beast on the loose head side, on this near side against Owen Franks. One playing his 84th test. That's him to Warira. And Franks in his 86th. So they've been around a bit.
Second row. Crouch. Bye. Keep this position. Keep this position.
Rolls it in to Clerk.
Stay.
Slowly channeling it back.
Stay.
Oh, look at that driving All Black defence on Deolende. And back for Steyn. He's rushed it into touch, but the All Blacks knew exactly who was going to carry the ball. It was Damian Deolende, and he got hammered.
Well, they just sent him up on his own. De Jong didn't even move. He just stayed on the try line.
An All Black line out goes astray. That's rare. Francois Orgat to Clerk. And again with acres of space to get his kick away. And the All Blacks going to go quickly. Smith. Beast made a good tackle. Barrett away here for Dag. Just probing away here. And a knock on.
Well, Damian Delende's down. This is not the first time in this game. Remembering he's just come back into the side and returned from injury. And he's getting some treatment. But when they are putting the hits on, as we see Warren Whiteley getting up in front of Kieran Reid. There's the tackle from the beast Matawira. Brings him down. They're doing a good job, Marshy, coming up the middle of the park and turning this All Black team around and going backwards.
Can't be without its anxiety, though, because they are coming from out to in, and they're trying to cut off the outside channel because they're running out of defenders. So eventually the All Blacks will work out that they just need to make sure that they maybe take a slight little bit more depth, and that tactic will very much be exposed. They can ill afford to lose this bloke because of how they've picked their bench.
Absolutely.
Only two back reserves, you know. Dangerous cocktail to only pick two back reserves.
Mapu and LaRue are the only two.
And it's Francois Hugard who gives them that, affords that opportunity, doesn't it? The fact that he can come into halfback. It's their substitution there. But like you say, they picked up an early injury. It does compromise them later in the game.
Well, it did against Australia, didn't it? They ran out of players and had to put Francois Lowe on the wing. You would have thought they might have learnt from that.
Box still lead 3-0. The early Steyn penalty. Ball comes to Whiteley, away for de Klerk. Now Lambie, he's hardly been involved up to this point. Perenara is after it, gave it away to Smith, looking to link up Ben Smith. Oh, he threw a wild pass. Here's de Jong again, and the ball sits up for Reid, and Kieran Reid decides to take the tackle rather than make a kick. Didn't release.
Well, it was one of the biggest men, I think, on the park, and Kieran Reid. decided to carry that, and I think one of the smallest was involved, whether or not he was the one that actually won the penalty, but Pat Lambie got in there and got over the ball straight away, and I think there was 2 of them fighting for it, but he did a brilliant job, Pat Lambie, to get in there and effectively help with the penalty.
All Blacks maybe just a little bit guilty of forcing the pass as well, Marshy, turning the ball over. Here's the great tackle down low from Creel, and there is Lambie positioning himself, waiting patiently as he goes to deck. This is good technique, isn't it? Maybe just putting his hands on the ground, but he had the rights. He was holding his own body weight. That's good work from Pat Lambie. Mr. Kutsia celebrating another opportunity for 3 more points.
Just over 17 minutes gone. Staines' kick is good. So that's 2 now. And the Boks lead by 6-0. Because it goes again down to Stain, and he again bangs it away. Reid takes it. It goes to Smith. Now Barrett looks for the cut inside from Smith. Well, the ball's popped loose, and there might have been a knock on there. There was.
You lose the control of the ball.
As much as they are at times getting caught and they have leaked some line breaks to Springboks, the one thing they are doing, and there's no doubt about it, it's very obvious and will be obvious to all you at home, is they're getting shoulders on. They certainly are getting their shoulders into contact and looking to hit the All Blacks hard.
So when it goes from de Klerk.
Keep your mind. Okay.
Away now for Stain. Keeps this one low. Oh, he's done a reasonable job, I think. Not quite. Back goes Israel Dag. Trying to run past Habana. Did that all right. Perenara serves it away for Leonard Brown. Almost invariably breaks the first tackle. Oh, what an overhead pass for Naholo's in the gap. He's got some support as well, and it's from Perenara. He needs another player. No one home at the moment. Ball is loose. Regathered. Now Whitelock. Real scramble for the ball. I think Perenara might have won it. And Naholo's going to play at halfback. Rumbling it up goes Moody. Naholo, he's everywhere. Barrett to Smith. Now Kano. Dag puts the foot down, frees it up for Coles. Looking to offload, does find Smith. He needs a runner. Gets it from Todd. Whitelock. 3 or 4 metres away, the All Blacks. Looking to get in the opening try of the match. Here's Barrett. Just hesitated for a moment. It should be there again, though. Perenara's had to snap it up and go again. Todd waiting. Now Whitelock again. Springboks hanging on. Retallick stands over it. Pops it up wide. Kano. Oh. Now Perenara back in position. Here's Todd. Well held. Perenara again. Low pass. And finally, it opens up for Israel Dag. And he grabs the game's first try.
Oh, that's unbelievable. honestly, if you want to sit down and rewatch this match later and look at where that started, we're not going to be able to show it all, but that is an absolutely incredible try. Every single player working hard, but the skill set, the last pass from Kano, the first one from Leonard Brown to set Naholo away. The skill set in this is just, as I said, unbelievable.
The first pass, wasn't it? Right at the very end of the park from Leonard Brown that sent Naholo away down the left-hand side. And then all of a sudden the All Blacks were careering 60 metres away downfield. The Springboks regrouped and regathered themselves defensively, and the All Blacks had to go back to work. And they found some space in the end on the outside for Dag to score. It's almost like there's an attack with, I suppose, without fear, Marshy, the All Blacks right now. Deep in their own half, they're not looking to kick at all.
And this was all off a set-piece scrum that the Springboks had on the 40-metre line, just over, and Morné Steyn decided to kick it to the All Blacks.
Here's Barrett for the lead. And off the posts. They won't be happy with that, Bowden Barrett. Springboks still in front then, 6-5.
That was some try. It really was special, honestly. If you break that try down and look at all the sort of micro skills involved in it, that is All Black rugby, and this team at their very, very best.
There was hardly a player in that movement who didn't touch the ball.
Absolutely right.
Steyn from halfway. Taken by the try scorer. Feeds it off to Crotty. And Ryan Crotty with a strong surge. Perenara. Barrett. Now to Clerk. Steyn, well, that's inevitable, isn't it? I saw some of the crowd enjoyed that. There was a real attacking opportunity there for the Boks, but the plan seems to be kick at all costs. Just trying to slow it down a wee bit, and you can blame them. Strauss goes to Etzebeth. All Blacks looking to drive him near the touchline. It's there though for de Klerk. Naholo charging in after this, didn't quite make it. Then it fell for a hook out. Now Strauss, the captain. Coles gets through, knocked it on. So they'll play on, see what happens. The Springboks have got a running opportunity here, but that didn't last too long. Well, no, it's in fact a penalty. Well within the kicking range of Steyn.
Steyn Coles, he comes through and slaps down at that. Snapping out of the player's hands. And then the Springboks look to go to the outside. They found a half gap. These Springbok fans, the longer the contest goes, and they stay in front, the greater belief they're going to get. And it's loud down here. It really is on sideline.
Yes, but they're not going to win the game, I don't think, by doing this. They've had 26 minutes of this match, and the Springboks have not been with ball in hand inside the All Blacks 22.
Great shot of the imposing stands here at Kings Park as the kick goes up, and he's deadly accurate. Mornay Steyn, he lands a third, and it's 9 points to 5. Barrett again pushing it down. Banner has to put the head down. Now to Clerk. Works it away to his captain. Oh, he threw that forward. The All Blacks not able to turn it over.
Back.
Steyn has gone in, so it'll have to be somebody else to kick it. The banner it was. The All Blacks again have free ball, and off goes Smith on a run. Again, a good tackle by Imtawarira as Barrett works it away for Retallick. Now to run Brodie Retallick, busting tackles one after another. Now lays it back. Ball freed up for Naholo. He can break tackles too, but this time a good one by his opposite, Hawkart. Here's Whitelock, who's been really involved in this game so far. He's there for Perenara. And here's Retallick, who made the initial burst. Here's Perenara once more. Feeds it up to Reed. Looking to offload. Couldn't get it away though. Ball turned over. Kicked away by De Jong. The All Blacks have got numbers back though. Crotty. Oh, he might have lost it. Lost it forward, I think. That'll be the first infringement. Dangerous on the break, but that's really the extent of the attacking.
Energy sapping stuff. The Springboks are holding on at the moment, but we've seen them try to slow some line-outs, I should say, down. And so far I've already seen at least a handful of their players go down. Strauss is the one at the moment. Belende's been down. And I think this is just trying to buy them some breathing space more than anything, because, as I said, they're hanging on, but just.
They have been attacking the ball a little bit more as well. In and around the tackle area. It's the odd loose carry, which has meant some spilled possession from the All Blacks. But that was on the back of another kick, Marshy, straight down to Ben Smith. He carries for 20 metres. Brodie Retallick carries strongly. They had them under pressure. Whether or not they needed to do some a little bit more work in close before they tried to find the space on the outside. They're looking threatening, and at the moment the Springboks are surviving. Interesting to see here. They have scrum ball again. Expectations will be they go to the air, maybe they shift, maybe they make a change and try and hold on to position for a few phases, see whether or not they can create some momentum.
If they're going to do that, they 100% have to move Francois Hawkart
Absolutely.
from where he is positioned, which is just on that right-hand side, into the back line, offer up some defensive questions for the All Blacks. At the moment, they're not doing that, and the answers to their questions will be counted.
So when it goes slowly for de Klerk. Steyn hands it on this time to Deolinde. Lambie, bit of space for Habana, and his kick is done in a big rush. And the opportunity lost. So at least it shifted to the wing. But when it got there, nothing much happened.
No, but it was just plant and pass. Watch this. Here's Faf de Klerk. Look how deep he is, Morné Steyn. Pass, without engaging any defenders. Yes, they got on the outside, but look at the All Black numbers that are there.
All Blacks go quickly. Smith taken down. As Perenara hands it away for Leonard Brown. Here's Barrett using his pace. Tried to free the arms to give it away to Naholo. And the Springboks
This is fine.
laying the ball on the ground.
This is good. You are not good. Great.
Yoko Creel gets up. It would have been Peter Steph de Toy who was actually penalised.
Tucker, away.
Talk about that space on the outside, Marshy, from just planting, but Brian Habana had a one-on-one with Ben Smith, and yes, there may have been space in behind, but the cover was coming across, as we see here. The tackle from Creel. He gets up. Here's the tackler. He might be a little bit unlucky there. Justin?
He certainly was unlucky. He had all the rights and his technique was perfect. I wonder what Jerome Garcias got him for, to be perfectly honest.
Cole throws. Kano wins the line out. The All Blacks now trying to drive the Springbok forward pack back, and they're making a good job of it too. Coles has control of it. Now they've slipped it to the back. Now they want it. So Perenara away for Crotty. Short pass to Leonard Brown. Again, hard to put down. Quick ball for Perenara. Decides to have a crack on his own and stretches out. And what's going to happen here?
I think he may have scored here.
I think he has scored. The referee may be a little unsighted. Might be looking for two movements.
I want to control, if the number 9, control the ball before the line, before the in goal. So, is it a try, yes or no? Just to control if it's...
Try yes or no and check whether 9 controlled the ball.
Yeah.
All Blacks not going back to halfway. This is always a bit of a telltale sign. He's had a little shuffle around there, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
So you need to
check the other side, Jerome.
Yeah, to the other side. Here.
Would you say he's lost control of that?
Yes.
I would say he's lost control of that. I think it's gone off his hands. It's rolled forward, and then he's picked it up again and placed it.
Yeah.
The All Blacks think otherwise. They've gone back to halfway
Waiting for
now.
pictures.
He certainly lost control of it. Went underneath his torso, and then he regathered it and planted it. So as he goes down here, the ball comes free from his grasp, and then he regathers it with his hand with the tape on it and bangs it down. That's no try.
Jerome, that is the best angle.
No. For you? No. Jim, for us, we never see a separation between the hand and the ball.
We'll show it once more in real time, Jerome.
It's a fairly obvious call. They're taking forever to work it out.
They certainly are. There's no doubt that he's lost the ball and regathered it.
What's your thoughts?
Okay. I think he maintained control of the ball.
Yeah. It's what we saw on the big screen. He maintained the control of the ball. He's never double movement. In the same movement, he put the ball on the goal. So for us, it's a try.
Agreed.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, look. They've got to get this law right. It's ridiculous at the moment. It really is. You cannot have control of the ball with the back of your hand. So TJ's hand came off the ball and it rolled onto the back of his wrist. He wasn't carrying it that way. So watch here. And what I'm talking about is he goes here. Now watch his hand. You can see there as the back of his hand hits the ball and then he scoops it back up. That's lost control.
Conversion made by Barrett. And for the first time, the All Blacks have the lead.
It was a great carry from Leonard Brown, wasn't it? A dummy and go from TJ Perenara. He is strong. They will take it, the All Blacks.
Yeah, they will take it. And boy, they've been good in the last 10 minutes, haven't they? And deserve it, but that certainly wasn't a legal way to deserve it. However, this is this silly rule that they've got about separation. It just doesn't make sense.
12-9. There's the kickoff is claimed by Barrett. And that's a good clearance by Beauden Barrett.
I think all rugby players out there that play the game, and they know it themselves, is it's not about separation, it's about having control. And the minute you lose control of the ball, regardless of separation or not, you've lost it. And that's what they've got to get right.
Even if it went backwards, you cannot play the ball on the ground.
That's right. So effectively they're saying that he may have lost it. That's what they're saying, but he didn't lose separation.
Du Toit wins the line out. Steyn fires it on for De Jong. Goes hard into contact. Now to Clerk. The beast. Good run. De Klerk. Away for Lambie this time to make a kick, which is all very well. And the crowd applauds, but it's an All Black line out.
Well, as equally as I was bemused about that decision, I'm bemused about that tactic.
All Blacks win most of their lineouts, so they win another one. Kono held up here. He'll have to be careful and get it to ground.
They were offside. They weren't back to 10 metres. They came up too quickly. It hadn't gone off the line. And they've been penalised, but I can understand your bemusement. She is, like you say, it was like it was a training run, wasn't it? We'll run a couple of phases, then we'll kick for the corner. Thing was, they'd got some momentum. They were going forward. And the All Blacks relieve pressure. Get an opportunity to attack again there. As we see here, they staying well and truly up far too quickly. The ball has to be beyond the 15 or off the line out before he's able to come forward.
Coles throws. Reid wins. Perenara, awkward pass. Barrett had to let it go. Crotty tidies it up. Now Perenara. Get a pass for Barrett. Smith almost broke the first tackle of De Jong. Now Moody. Perenara. Snapped up by Naholo. Barrett. His pickles went straight up in the air. Not one of his best kicks, Bowden Barrett. Well, he's always trying something. It doesn't always work.
I have noticed that they are coming forward very quickly, the Springboks, on Bowden Barrett, particularly in that inside channel. As inside and outside, there's not a lot of time for him to assess the options, and it's reaping some rewards. What can the Springboks come up with here? Short line out.
Strauss. Easily won by Whiteley. Good charge by Du Toit, but an equally as good tackle. Drop kick. Just got to worry about the bounce now.
Honestly, it's hard work to watch. It really is. We're 37 minutes into the game and they still not have had the ball in their hands inside the All Black 22.
Which I'm not sure if they did last week either against Australia.
Kick goes down for De Klerk. Barrett lining it up. And got rid of it very quickly. Naholo in space. Look at the pace that he brings. Naholo pops it off to Coles. There it is. Todd sends a wide pass. Barrett is there. Loose pass. Now Leonard Brown puts it on the boot. And Lambie, all he can do is run it into touch. Two totally different attitudes to how to play the game.
That break was between, I think, Koch and Strauss. The two of them looked at each other as Naholo carved through. What a great attacking opportunity for the All Blacks. The line-out drive worked well for them last time they were down in this position of the field.
Just around half-time, The All Blacks can strike here. It'll be a body blow to the Springboks. Cole's holding it. And they've got great momentum here. Kieran Reid, I think, has got his hands on the ball. Perenara just in front of him. Now Coles has got it back. He'll slip it. Slips it to Todd. He's looking for somebody. It's Naholo. Just short.
No. 9.
Penalty
7.
against de Klerk. The All Blacks will be
9 and 7.
desperate to make something of this with the half-time break so close.
I think they should go for the line out again. That maul was so well set. It was a double shift from the front. Sam Whitelock was in the middle and they shifted across, found the vulnerable point, punched it forward. I think Naholo should have passed. He had Sam Whitelock outside of it, and also another player, I'm not quite sure who that was, but he had 2 All Blacks outside him, and they probably would have got some change out of running at Hoggard on the right wing.
George, check in front.
Right, so Coles to throw. And they go short. And they're nicely set again, but the Springboks got a man down. Hard to shift, but Retallick's still holding it. Now he goes Retallick! And they do get their try just on half-time.
I just want to see if there is a separation in the maul and if there is an obstruction by Black. Please.
It's going to be tight, I think. Whether or not they did separate away from the original maul, that meaning the players in front of the ball carrier will be offside. So there's the original. And there's Retallick. Let's watch the number 4 jersey. He eventually ends up with the ball. And then they shift away to the right. Do they create another maul with him at the back? And then those players subsequently in front of him will be offside.
George, Jim, please have a look about the number 8 Black in front of the ball carrier.
Look at 8 Black for the reason in front of the ball carrier. Stand by.
Yeah, Kieran Reid might have been the offending player.
Yeah, before that.
There's no doubt he was in front. Retallick was at the back, so the 2 players that spiral off are in front, which is Whitelock and Kieran Reid. They're in front.
Yes, here.
And you'd have to say that has moved away from the original maul.
What do you think, Josh? By the name 8? Yeah, we are very far. So, Jim?
Yes, Jerome.
Is it the number 8 Black in front of the ball carrier? Clear and obvious or no?
8 and 5 are both in front. You want to check whether there is any player there to actually tackle.
No, I want to know if there is a separation in the maul and if number 8 Black is in front. Yes
Okay,
or no?
check separation for 8 in front. Stand by. Show you once more.
Well, Marshy, this comes down to what deemed separation.
Not that word again.
Yep, there it is. Separation was that holding of the jersey of Brodie Retallick enough
here
to constitute the fact that they are still bound together.
Jerome, that's the angle there where 8 is in front.
Okay. What I saw on the picture, number 8 is in front of the player. Yes. There is a separation, so no try, penalty for green. Okay, Jim?
Good call, says Adrian Strauss.
He would.
They dodged a wee bullet, the Springboks, but fair call. So they get a penalty right on half-time.
Sorry?
Is it half time?
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Referee says it is half-time.
Half time.
Yeah.
So this will be kicked into touch. Anybody could do it. Stain does it. And the referee blows time. First 40 minutes. And the All Blacks have scored the 2 tries in the match. Springboks have stayed in it through the boot of Mornay Steyn. Half time here at Kings Park in Durban. 12-9, the All Blacks lead. Jerome Garces, the referee, blows time on. Away we go, second half at Kings Park. And Beauden Barrett's kick is taken down by Dutoy. As de Klerk hands it off. All Blacks competing strongly.
Finish.
De Klerk kicks from outside the 22. They've got the wind behind them in the second half, the Springboks. Ball's claimed by Ben Smith. Playing an advantage for a knock-on. It's Perinara. Gets it wide and there's Retallick. Naholo, he's been a constant threat. Trying to wrestle him down as Mahoja. It's Perinara. Barrett sends it on to Smith. Dag, plenty of time to run. Now Kano for Coles. Slips one tackle. Then takes it down to the 22. All available for Perinara. Whitelock. What a nice pass away for Franks. And they just keep up this constant pressure, ball in hand. Retallick. Perinara. Now Smith, short pass. Franks again. Smith gets it back. Kano for Dag. Breaks a couple of tackles. Israel Dag. Only 7 metres away. Here's Matt Todd. Wrestled to the ground. There's Barrett. Flat pass for Retallick. Back on the inside. Good defence on Crotty this time. Perinara. Here is Leonard Brown. Real danger signs here for the Springboks. Perinara. Barrett. Wide it goes. Loose pass though. Dag's got Coles there. Gets the inside pass. Big fend on de Klerk. Perinara. Moody. Reid got just a little bit in front, so Moody hangs on. Perinara sees a gap. Well controlled. Kano goes in at halfback. Now Todd. Springboks defending stoutly here, and how many more tackles can they make? Here's Coles running hard. Orders there for Perinara. Crotty, short pass to Whitelock. Retallick. Bit of a tussle going on in the background. Mornay Steyn. He's involved. That's a waste of time. Now Kano close to the line. This is just relentless. Perinara again. Barrett. Retallick. Held it up. Again the defence holds. It'll be a big victory if the Springboks can hold here. Barrett looks to free the arms. Gets it off to Dag. And the line is broken. What a try that is.
What a try that is. 20 phases. The All Blacks patient. And when you look at a try like that, it doesn't come without hard work at the breakdown. The Springboks were doing their best to turn it over. They were coming forward. They were trying to hit hard. But the All Black players were the equal to that at the breakdown, which enabled Perinara to get there and keep recycling. And then some of the work of the forwards, just shifting the ball, shifting the point of contact. They stayed nice and patient. Here's Retallick. How many times did he feature? As they moved it back from the right. Here, watch the work of Beauden Barrett. Perinara, nice little, brought in two defenders, you see, and then there's 1,000 Springboks here on Beauden Barrett trying to shut him down, and he gets a beautiful pass away and sets Israel Dag free.
Well, second half start, the Springboks was going to be so important, and it was relentless attack. And last week, the Springboks were able to repel the challenge of the Wallabies, but this All Black side, that patience, that accuracy, determination to get across the line has led to this, as Beauden Barrett misses one across the face.
Hasn't got the kicking boots on, Beauden Barrett, but it's 17 points to 9.
Well, it must be sorry, Nisbo, so frustrating for the Springboks because they defended 20 phases But then how do you defend a pass like that? They had plenty of players there, and that's why the side is so good. They can be patient and hold the ball, but then they have players that can just do things that other players on the planet can't.
It's been 2 offloads, hasn't it? One was from Jerome Kano in the first half, and then the offload there allowed Israel Dag to finish, and finish well, which he has been doing on that right wing so very well for this All Black side.
Looks like the Yaga might be on shortly. Oh, a nasty bounce, in fact. Well, Israel Dag's got a couple of tries, no All Black. He's ever scored 3 tries in a test against the Springboks.
Is that right?
16 have scored 2.
I'd imagine our colleague down sideline's one of them.
I'd imagine. The Boks have had 2 blokes have scored 3. Ray Mort, Marius Joubert.
Remember the Marius Joubert one? That was at Ellis Park, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
They were all in the first half, weren't they?
There's some changes being made here as well, guys. Willem Alberts is coming on. Lud de Jager and Julian Redlinghuis. Even Etzebeth comes off, as does Vincent Koch and Tahoba Mahaji.
He's actually done well, Vincent Koch. He is a loose head. He's playing on the tight head of the scrum. I know that's been debated over here whether or not that's the right thing to do, but the scrum's actually stood up pretty well today, so commendable effort from him.
Big changes 6 minutes into the second half. The All Blacks are just going to keep running the ball. And say to the Springboks, you try and defend. So Reid channeling it for Perenara. There's Barrett in some space. Sends it wide for Smith. Quite happy to take the tackle. Perenara got it away nicely to Reid. Away now for Crotty. Retallick. It's almost an action replay, just a bit further out from the goal line. Naholo is held. Whitelock picks it off the bootlaces. Perenara, Barrett. Just not quite far enough, but it's been lost. Now it's been snapped up by de Klerk. A few knock-ons in there. I think one by the All Blacks. They were first. So did Toy. Hands it back for Strauss. De Klerk, no doubt looking inevitably for someone to kick it away. Now Steyn hands it on, but Lambie instead makes the kick. And Ben Smith in good position. Barrett is back there with him. Just a weighted kick by Beauden Barrett, landing around halfway. De Klerk went in for it, and penalty against the All Blacks. I don't think those players look like retiring.
Well, you mentioned in the first half, Marshy, the score at 17-9 in favour of the All Blacks. I was about to say would suggest the Springboks might have to change their tactics about they're having a shot at goal.
Are you surprised?
Well, here's the offside, all those players. Am I surprised? No, but there's the players who are offside. The All Blacks in front of the kicker. They need to retire outside the 10 metres, go back. And so, absolutely all the rights. Yeah, there is a lot of time to go in this game. And this will get them back within that 7-point range. Do they think about just trying to stay in touch and maybe till the last 20 minutes? Is that the plan? Is that the tactic? And then try and find a way to win?
Well, they scored just the 1 try in Christchurch. There's Steyn. He's on target again by the looks of it. Yes, he is. So he kicks a 4th penalty, and they do stay in touch. 17-12. It's kick. Deep this time for Steyn. Got the wind behind him now, Mono Steyn, so that one carrying a bit further. This time the All Blacks decide to kick and chase. This will hold up in the breeze. Barrett, oh, beautiful take. Bowden Barrett. Perenara. Now Crotty. Away for Naholo. And the All Blacks set it on the 10-metre line. Barrett again. Just a little kick in behind. Steyn is back there though. And the All Blacks will take the line out around about the 10 metres line as Stephen Kitsoff looks like he's ready, and Wyatt Crockett as well.
Bang on this boat. This change has been made. Kitsoff going on. Imagine he's going to replace Beast Matawira, and Wyatt Crockett. He goes on. I would imagine that is for Joe Moody.
That is a faithful servant, Wyatt Crockett. 54th Test match. Not too many of those as a starter. Dane Coles then to throw. 10 minutes gone, second half. Another good line out win. Long pass for Leonard Brown. Strong carry once again. Perenara. Low pass for Dagg, who scoops it up nicely. Springboks have got some new enthusiasm on the park. And that's not going to come out. Oh. Might have been hard done by there.
Yeah, he's obviously not deemed it to be a maul, and I thought that it was up for probably the right amount of time. I think it was Willem Alberts was the guy that came through and made the big hit, pulled the All Black player backwards, and from there the rest of the players just responded to seeing him in the ear and hit the breakdown. And we've just heard him say, he thought it was a ruck. No, look, here's the tackle. He's still up, he's still up, he's still up, he's still up. And now they hit it. Yeah, hard done by it.
All Blacks pass up the chance to kick for goal. Coles latches onto the ball. Now Perenara swings it wide for Crotty. As the All Blacks close in on the 5-metre line again, Perenara finding Coles, but nowhere to go, Dane Coles, so he'll release it for Retallick. Flying up in defence, but a lovely pass by Retallick for Crotty. Now Perenara goes again. Barrett using a bit of footwork, but he's up off the ground. He got it away, and Matt Todd couldn't quite hold on long enough. And the Springboks have banged it away down the centre. Smith's back. He's got support from Dagg if needed. And de Klerk gets a hand in the road. We're going to play on here because Israel Dagg could create something. And away he goes. Now Naholo still playing an advantage. The ball's never dead when the All Blacks are around. But he's got an All Black penalty, actually. Yeah,
intentional knockdown for Faf de Klerk. He got compromised as a defender. If the pass had gone to hand, he knew there was trouble, so he just reached out his and batted the ball down.
It was a poor decision from him too, because they had 4 chases on 3 All Black players who were back, and he gambled on trying to get an intercept and tap it up when he ended up just conceding a penalty. He did all that hard work on defence. It was unnecessary. They just needed to secure that tackle inside the All Black half, and then they could maybe put some pressure on them. Instead, the All Blacks get another chance to build pressure right part of the field and go back on the attack.
14 gone, second half. Springboks contesting the line out, and they do well too. And coming through was Willem Alberts. Now Steyn heaves it on to Diolende. Lambie charged. Kicked ahead by Leonard Brown. Barrett's got the pace. Barrett scores.
Excellent work from the All Blacks, but once again, they found the overlap, the Springboks. They were all deep. They all just shoveled it across to the point where Lambie had not a lot of choice but to kick, and he opted to kick, which they've done all day. And from there, Leonard Brown sniffed the opportunity, charged it down, and the minute he towed it ahead and you saw Beauden Barrett on the inside, you knew they were in trouble. Look at this, hit, no one drawing anybody, kick under pressure, and it was always going to catch them up. There's no doubt about that in this match. They've been their own worst enemies.
Yeah, you summed it up. He was actually, I think, looking for a little chip. He saw some space just in behind. And the All Blacks have reaped rewards from pressure, being in the right parts of the field. And the Springboks choosing not to play, as that we see Matt Todd. He's worked incredibly hard in his 55 minutes. And the impact of the All Black bench, Artie Savia, goes on. And you get that sense once again, Marshy, that the All Blacks are going up a gear once again.
Yeah, you certainly do, and they've got some impact to come off the bench, and some motivated players as well. Moala, Sopawonga will relish opportunities, Squire, and as you mentioned, Severe. So it's going to keep coming, unfortunately, for the Springboks.
He's had a poor day with his boot, Beauden Barrett, and looks like that's going to continue. So he got the try, but all he's got to show from the boot is one conversion.
Yeah, well, you'd think this game would, if Beauden Barrett had been having his kicking boots on, would be well away from the Springboks by now, well and truly. But they're quite happy to accumulate in fives anyway, the All Blacks, I'm sure, and score tries. And as I said, the Springboks, if they want to just keep kicking the ball to the All Blacks, let them counter, they'll relish that.
The reality is, it's only 22 points to 12. But you get the sense that in some ways a lot of these people think this game's over.
Big contest for the ball. Fallen for Savia. Here it is for Perinara. Doesn't kick very much at all in this match. Lambie takes it. And he's grabbed by Dag. Mr. Clerk works it away for Diaga. Now Strauss. De Klerk makes the kick. He's given the ball back. Oops, bit of a mistake. And Barrett has to take the tackle. Real hesitation between Barrett and Smith. Somehow the ball's come initially on the All Black side. Now here's a real opportunity for the Springboks. And Strauss gets it wide. Diolende, dangerous ball runner, given the opportunity. He's got an advantage here, and the ball's come out. So it's another gift 3 points, which will just give the Springboks a bit of hope. Remember, he kicked 8 here last time.
It was a great chase, wasn't it? From those two there, Alberts and Creel. And here's where the penalty comes from.
God, look at the player that's penalised, though.
Brodie Retallick.
He has been everywhere.
Yep.
He's got some sort of engine on him. He's had an incredible game. He really has.
Over goes another one. That's 5 for Mornay Steyn. 22 to 15. So far, Beauden Barrett has missed 11 possible points.
Yeah, I get the feeling though, regardless of that, there's more tries coming for the All Blacks.
Barrett kicks off. Taken down by Whiteley. De Klerk. Here comes the kick. Maholo. Now Barrett. Ben Smith ready to chase through on it. Lambie, and Smith wins the contest. The All Blacks have it back. Savia clears it off to Maholo. Now Retallick. Nothing doing to the left, so he sets it for Perenara. Kano. Perenara again. Now Crotty. Barrett running hard. Gets it wide. Reed in space. Now here's Israel Dagg. Pops it back for Coles. Coles to Perenara. Oh, another beauty.
Beautiful to watch. Really was. As they moved it across from this left-hand side to the far side. Beauden Barrett just injected his speed into it. This is the difference as well in kicking games. Mornay Steyn just hacked it way back to the All Blacks. Beauden Barrett put this kick up there so Ben Smith could contest it. He won it and they retrieved the ball again, the All Blacks. As they shifted it across, Beauden Barrett got it reasonably deep and then just puts the hammer down. Look at him go. Beautiful pass. Flat to Kieran Reid. Equally brilliant pass. Awesome pickup from Israel Dagg. What an offload from Dane Coles. Oh, you just can't get sick of watching these blokes. How good.
You can't say any more, Justin, can you? Because bottom line, the skill set, and it started with the kick, the weighted kick, so that Ben Smith could contest. It's the second time in the second half that they've been able to go up and claim possession, turn the Springbok team around, and then they've found space to attack down. Once again, it was Juan de Jong who just shot out of the line needlessly on defence, created the space and hole for Kieran Reid to run into. A couple of changes made from the All Blacks, you know, after this kick.
Barrett looks to bring it round, and yes, squeezes it in. Good kick. 29-15 and an ironic smile.
Yeah, as I said, I've got the feeling there was more tries coming. It didn't take long. This is from the kickoff. This is where they're eventuated. It's a great line from Kieran Reid. That's such a difficult pass to throw, believe me.
Just those changes for you as we see Perenara scored. Jerome Kano has gone off. Liam Squire has gone on as his replacement. And there's been another change. Wasaki Naholo, he's gone off as well.
Steyn kicks off. Oh, difficult one for Sam Whitelock. He acknowledges he got it slightly wrong.
So I think that means there'll be a reshuffle. It's Lima Sopawanga who has gone on, so he's obviously going to go to 10. And Beauden Barrett will push back to 15.
Line out throw. Won by Retallick. Perenara's kick is up there to be contested. Willem Alberts has it for the Springboks. Now de Klerk. Steyn hands it on to De Lende. De Jong. De Klerk again. Kicks off. No, in fact, Du Toit. Yeah, flat pass. Good pass too for Diaga. But he threw a loose pass to a supposed supporting
He's
player.
offside accidentally. He's on the ground. He don't know where the ball. Scrum.
Willie LaRue.
But he's offside. He's in front of you.
Ready to get onto the park.
Well, I imagine this change might be for number 9. Maybe. Who's it for? No. Just trying to see where the change has been now. It's being made. It's for Mornay Steyn. So there'll be a shift. Now the All Blacks have cleared out. Patrick Lambie will come forward to 10. And Willie LaRue, he will go back to fullback. Charlie Faumuina, not too far off.
2 converted tries behind. You have to think with Lambie there, things will change a little.
Keep working on the scrum, eh? Keep working like this. Very good attitude.
Once again, though, just can't remember the Springboks multi-phasing at the All Blacks, making and asking them questions defensively as they try to hold their line. It just hasn't happened this entire match. All their points have come from deep.
And it goes. Reed. Off it goes to Perinara. All Blacks still trying to run the ball out as Perinara. Sopawanga hands it on to Leonard Brown. Perinara again for Reed. Retallick. Oh, got up and went again, I think. Might have missed that, the referee. It's Lima Sopawanga hands it on to Barrett. There's Liam Squire in the 19 jersey. Perinara for Savia. Perinara works it back now for Barrett. The All Blacks working both sides of the ruck. Savia, short pass for Retallick. Now Sopawanga. Retallick. Let's keep on keeping the pressure on. Here's Perinara having a dab. Got it off to, or tried to get it off to Savia. Sopawanga's coming through, but the All Blacks have lost it forward.
Nearly from TJ Perinara. He's had an excellent game, he really has. And he just made a mini break there. He could feel a player on his outside, which was Ardie Savia. Just tried to get the pass away. Didn't quite stick, but close to it.
Those changes being made. George Moala coming on as well. So Ard Franks, he is replaced by Charlie Famawina, and Moala coming on for Ryan Crotty, who's been really good once again.
Certainly has, I agree. So they'll see a shift. Moala, you would expect, will go to centre. Leonard Brown move into 12. Really good performance from Owen Franks. That's big time that he's put in today. And he's defensively been outstanding. Worked really hard. Good to see Lima Sopawanga, Jeff, get some game time and some good minutes out there. You know, he's had such a great Super Rugby season. There's just such depth in that 10 jersey, but he's got a good opportunity today.
Yeah, and to see George Moala as well, remembering how good he was against Wales in his opportunity. So both of those welcome additions back to this All Black side.
Right, the Boks get it in.
Keep your ball 6. 10.
Now here's de Klerk. All Blacks holding in defence with Smith making a good tackle. Liam Squire charging up, putting his man away. Now de Klerk for Delende. Kits off. Just held on to it.
For me, it's fine. Play on.
Playing around with the ball inside their own 22. Not really making a lot of progress.
Number 4, back.
De Klerk. There goes Willie LaRue with good pace. Now they've got an injection of pace in the back line. Lobs the pass away, but Israel Dag intercepts. Habana wasn't quite there for it. So the All Blacks have it, and Perinara digs it out. Sopawanga, he's going to heave it away into midfield.
The green touch the ball.
And Smith has to make a clearing kick finally. Well, they were playing under advantage anyway, so no problem.
The green touch the ball here.
Nice break from Willie LaRue. But the work of TJ Perinara on the inside is excellent as a defender. He gets in the way of the inside runner, that's Delende. So Willie LaRue had to go for the outside, which was a banner. He was too far back. Probably would have been better to hold it, Willie LaRue, rather than risk that pass, because Dag was in between him and the player, and on the inside Perinara as well. So good scramble D from the All Blacks. Nice break from Willie LaRue though.
Yeah, we know what he's capable of, ball in hand. Change for the All Blacks, couple of changes being made. Cody Taylor going on for Dane Coles, and TJ Perinara, who has had a very strong night, replaced by Tawira Kurbalo. Change for the Springboks. Pat de Klerk, he is replaced by Lionel Mapu, who's moved on to the right wing. And of course, Francois Hugard has gone into halfback for them.
Well, I mentioned TJ Perenara, the night that he's had, but you see someone like Dane Coles has just made his way off. And think of the game he's had. Sometimes it goes unnoticed what he does as a hooker and a player out there. He's had an outstanding game. And he's hit all his lineouts pretty much as well. Whiteley got one earlier, but again, great performance from Dane Coles.
Well, the scoreboard is a little misleading, isn't it? The fact that Beauden Barrett hasn't had his kicking boots on. He hasn't slotted his goals, and we've left a number of points out there, the All Blacks. And it's meant that the two try that would have been within 14 points is probably a bit closer than this game's certainly been.
First scrum feed for Tawera Kurbalo, and it's a bit of a shambles.
Hi, Gary, to Jeff. Look, we all like the game for what it is, but nowadays sometimes it's broken down statistically. The Springboks will not like looking at the stats that are going to be put forward for their performance tonight. How many phases, how much ball they've had, the territory, all of those will hurt them big time. In my mind, they'll just back up. There's only been one team in this game.
Penalty.
You're bind on the shoulder and you're pulling down.
So the All Blacks get a chance to clear.
The three, bind on the shoulder.
Julian Redlinghouse, the man penalised.
What I mean by that is really scratch my head. I can think of one instance about 5 minutes ago where they're trying to run it out of their own 22, the Springboks, of them going any more than 3 or 4 phases without then resorting to kick. And that won't stack up well in terms of possession.
Cody Taylor with his first throw, good one to Reid. It's there for Kurbalo. Thumps it up high, Habana, well done, Brian Habana. And he lays it back nicely for Strauss. Now Lambie works it on for LaRue. Delende. What a nice pass off, but it's been lost by Mapu. And snapped up by Squire. He offloads to Barrett.
Catch you later.
This is all over. See you later. And he'll make it easy. Whether he's the goal kicker or not remains to be seen. But he picks up 2.
I don't think there's any problems with this.
Yeah. I want to check here if there is a knock-on by Black, yes or no.
I think he knocked it back.
Black knock on, yes or no?
Yeah. No,
I know what they're talking about when the ball became free. And I think the All Black player knocked it
I
backwards.
see a knock-on by Green. Sorry? You.
Surely they're not going to look at that tackle on a player. You see here, they're looking at whether or not Ben Smith here, whether it's gone off his hands forward. So that's gone down to me. Yeah. But I think I've been wrong on all of those calls tonight. So
Jerome picked up by Moana.
There is no knock-on by Black. One, the ball touched the knee of the Black player.
Correct.
Another Green player touched the ball. So the Black player in front is onside. So for me, it's a try.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so try will be given. So that's 2 to Barrett. He's a chance to break the record along with Dag, who's still on the park. And Barrett's going to convert. and it's becoming a bit of a bath.
And deservedly so, it should be, because they've been so dominant, the All Blacks. The mistake from Mapu, scooped up, well done George Mawala. Brilliant pass from Liam Squire, look at this. 2 defenders in, frees up Beauden Barrett the minute he got that ball. Good night, nurse.
Well, the Springbok players waving at the referee as if to say he thought the pass might have been forward. So here come the All Blacks again. Here's Barrett, puts it onto his left boot this time. Gee, that's a big kick. Remember, they're playing into the winds. So it sits up for Lambie. Now LaRue. The All Blacks up very flat and very quickly. Hawkart away for Ludiaga. Hawkart again. Redlinghase is going nowhere. LaRue for Dealende. All Blacks trying desperately to turn it over. Yeah, that was always a penalty. Flying in with a leading shoulder. Not sure who it was. But I don't think this is going to be well received. Ludiaga might cop himself a yellow here.
Through the charge. 19 green.
Well, to be honest, Justin, it's not picked up enough. We see plenty of this at home.
Yes, it's dangerous is what it is when a player's leaving his feet in this way. And yeah, he's just collected Wyatt Crockett, who's taken it well. Fair play to Wyatt, he's tough. But that's just a shoulder straight in the face. No wrap around with the arms. Binned, penalised. And as you said, Nisbo, rightly so.
You said before the match, Marshy, in the pre-game, as we built up, the fact that the Springboks could not play the game they played last week against Australia and expect to win. They've tried to, and the result is what's on the scoreboard right now. And they know they need to keep developing their games. They're going to get close to this All Black team.
Oh, nicely dragged down by Sam Whitelock. So the All Blacks having a crack at the line. And they're going to go to the line. And they score. And it's Cody Taylor who picks up his 3rd try in Test rugby.
Oh, well set maul. The All Blacks kick to touch. They backed themselves. Their maul's been good tonight. No one was a debatable one, went to the TNO. This one's well set. And from here, there's no separation. Look, there's no Springbok players there. They don't want to know about it. Brilliant forward effort. And look how happy Kieran Reid is.
They're absolutely dominant now. The All Blacks. Alistair Coetzee. He's a disappointed man. His name is Sopawanga, knocks it over. Change being made. And for his last test on home soil, change at hooker. Adrian Strauss, their captain, comes off. He's been a warrior, but tonight he hasn't been able to have too much of an effect on this game. He's replaced by Bongi Nambi.
Well, the All Blacks put 52 on the box in Pretoria back in 2003. So they've scored 50 against them here in the past. 55, though, is their highest. That was at Eden Park. Mbanambi then to throw. All Blacks contesting. Hawkart. Now Kitsoff. To Toy. Hawkart away for Lambie. All Blacks flying up in defence, led by Sopawanga. Now Hawkart. Whiteley lays it back. Hammering away at this All Black defence, but still well outside the 22. As Kitsoff goes to ground. Hawkart for Lambie. Flat pass. Ball bounces wide, picked up by Reid. Just couldn't find anyone to link up with. But the All Blacks have that all-important possession. Playing against 14 men, of course. As Barrett swings it wide, Dagg hands it on for Squire, puts his foot down. Now, what are the options for Liam Squire? Never got to make the pass, but he sets it up. Oh, Barrett! Oh, and he popped it up for Smith. He could have got up and gone again and set a record, Beauden Barrett, but he gave it away to Ben Smith.
No, he certainly did, Beauden Barrett, but that's the way that he plays the game. Wouldn't have been thinking about anything else apart from the fact that he could pop up a nice easy try for Ben Smith. Great break from Squire. He didn't quite see Creel as he was about to pass to Moala and look for his support players. Creel just got him from behind, but from here, nice from Kerr-Barlow, brilliant from Leonard Brown. Boy, he can offload. Barrett gets an ankle tap, and as you mentioned, unselfishly pops it for Ben Smith. Impressive.
Yeah, and that change of pace from Liam Squire. For a big man, he can really shift. And the support play on a tiring Springbok team down to 14 men. Sit back and marvel at how good this All Black team has become.
8 tries tonight.
8 tries.
8 tries. And this, if it's successful, will bring up 50. And over it goes. 50 to 15.
And for the second week in a row, the Springboks haven't been able to come up with a try. This is so good from Liam Squire. Just puts the hammer down. And you can see he was just looking for his support players here on the inside as he got tackled from behind. This is just superb from Leonard Brown to offload to Barrett. Look at the players that are there to finish.
And that's the difference, Justin, isn't it? The fact that Squire couldn't find his support, so he didn't throw the pass. Patient enough to wait for the players to come to him.
Still 2.5 minutes. The All Blacks could look to break a record of most points they've ever scored against the Boks. 55.
The disappointment is off the back of the game plan that we said that if they tried to implement it that they did against Australia, it wouldn't be successful. I'm just disappointed not to see the Springboks want to play some rugby and show some ambition. There's more to them as a nation than this.
But this could be a catalyst, Justin, couldn't it? This could be a catalyst for change.
Has to be. Have to rethink the way they're playing. Look at the way the Lions played in Super Rugby. They can play that style of game.
Stay number 2.
And Manami throws. Won by Dutoy. Now here come the Springboks. Landy makes a nice break. Gets it away to Kitsoff. All Blacks in there contesting, but penalty.
Well, if they take the 3 here, I might just walk out with the rest of the crowd.
Well, he almost got it. But not quite. Right, Crockett. First up. And Manambi throws. Too big. Taylor finding Squire. Kerr-Barlow wants it down the other end. And he's cleared it away. So just a few seconds left in this game. All Blacks' biggest ever winning margin. It's 36. That was that match in 2003, so they need to score again. which could be a struggle in the next few seconds, but you never know. So the Springboks have it. Now it's there for Francois Hawkart. Here's Lambie. Penalty coming against the All Blacks. That might have been a head-high tackle.
No. Because it's a yellow card.
He's going to get yellow. Cody Taylor, I think. He knows that. No malice in it, but it was high.
No, it's finished.
I'll tell you what.
81.
Yeah, it's just a reaction thing from Cody Taylor. You fear for Australia coming back from London where they're playing Argentina today, having to come all the way back from there and take the All Blacks on in a couple of weeks' time. Good luck for them, because they lost to the Springbok outfit.
Right, here come the All Blacks. One last run with the ball. Beauden Barrett's beaten half a dozen players. Now he lobs it away for Faumuina. There's Israel Dag. He'll hang on to it, see whether he can link up. They're up to the 10-metre line in Springbok territory, charging on. Kerbalo swings it out for Sopoaga. Barrett drops a little kick in behind. Boy, this sits up. It's dropped problems. And it does sit up, and Liam Squire. Well, all sorts of records go west as Liam Squire scores the last try. The All Blacks hit 55, equaling their best ever, but this is their biggest winning margin.
Oh, and it's sensational to watch. It really is a pleasure. The All Black coaches were all smiling. We're smiling up here in the commentary booth in awe of the skill set. That's off the left foot from Beauden Barrett, who spotted the space, and the presence here of mine of Ben Smith and Liam Squire. You'd have to say what an impact he's made to finish it off. They did not want to die with the ball, did they? Right from when Israel Dag got it, their intent was to do this, which was break records, score tries, and they've been successful in doing that.
Hard to believe, going from strength to strength, this All Black side. That was special to watch. It has been a tremendous second half performance, and they now equal the record they hold with South Africa.
Well, 43 points in the second half. 45 of this conversion from Sopoaga goes over. Looks to bring it round. Oh, it's a lovely kick from Lima Sopoaga. So the All Blacks get their highest ever score against the Springboks. They now go 17 unbeaten and will go to Eaton Park with a shot at the record. Final score 57-15.